the Deputy President. When did you start first interacting with Ruto? Was that in your days in Parliament, the first time?
Yes, I think when William was elected as a member of Parliament for Eldoret North, he came to Parliament. That was the first time that we met physically. Yeah, that is 1978, to be exact.
Now, this was a man you trusted enough to even allow him to be a member of the Pentagon, chief agent of, during the elections, and, even in the negotiating team in the difficult days of 2008. What happened?
Yeah, well, we had, of course, worked together first in New Kanu when I was the Secretary General, and he was the organizing secretary. So we knew each other from that time. Then, of course, we left Kanu and we formed the Rainbow Coalition, ultimately the LDP, Rainbow, and then we eventually teamed up with the National Party of Kenya to form the National Rainbow Coalition. But then, as you know, we went for elections, and after the elections, they were in the opposition. Kanu was in the opposition, and NAC was in government. Then there was disagreement over the constitution. We remember there had been an MOU which had been signed when we were forming NAC, and that was not honored. And the issue of the constitutional review became contentious. Then there was disagreement at Bomas, as you know. Ultimately, we were going to face a referendum, and there was a division. And that's how we reached out to Kanu, which was in the opposition. They were there in the opposition, but they were very uncomfortable because they are not used to being in the opposition. So when I approached them, I said, look, if we team up together, we can actually be able to defeat this constitution, because it is not the draft which Kenyans had negotiated at Bomas. So that was our engagement. And when we engaged, then we managed to defeat that draft.
But what led you to fall out with William Ruto?
It's really falling out. I don't know that you can call it really a falling out. Well, what happened was I appointed William Ruto as Minister for Agriculture, because we were together, and he was part of the negotiating team on our side as ODM, together with James Orengo, Sally Kosgei, Musalia Mudavadi, and that is our team that was negotiating. So when we were negotiating a joint cabinet, because ODM was getting 50% and PNU 50%. I had my list of ministers, and the other side was not very comfortable with the name William Ruto. They told me that they didn't want him in the cabinet.
So you dropped him?
But I told them that you will not choose for me whom I'm appointing as a minister. And appointed him as a minister. In fact, the biggest docket that I had through those negotiations of portfolio sharing was Minister of Agriculture. And I appointed him as a Minister of Agriculture. Okay, so, and he worked hard as a Minister of Agriculture. But then there came this problem, the maize crisis. And when investigations were done by PricewaterhouseCoopers, they came up with results which showed that there had been some irregularities, very glaring irregularities, and the minister bore some responsibilities. And therefore took the act of suspending the minister so that investigation could be carried out. And my partner at that time, of course, things had changed because ICC was also there. And so my partner, Mr. Kibaki, said I had not consulted him. But I was not sacking him.
You did not sack him?
I was just suspended him to allow investigation to be conducted professionally, okay? Because it had been said that the NCPB had been instructed by the minister to give the maize to members of parliament to sell to the millers. The millers were complaining that they were buying maize at an exorbitant price, and that's why the price of unga had actually gone up.
So today, where are things? Do you talk with DP William Ruto?
Yeah, we greet each other. Our relationship are basically cordial. Have no serious issues with him. I mean,
you say don't have serious issues. When we spoke to him on Thursday, he kept bringing up your name, even asking us, were those questions sent by Raila or Odinga? So would you say you are friends with William Ruto at the moment?
I would say that I don't hate him as a person.
Do you like him?
Okay, the issues are that there are certain things that is done or he does that are basically contrary to what I think would be the correct ways of doing things.
What do you mean by things he does?
You see, for example, he is the deputy president, and he knows very well that in this country we had conducted an investigation. Parliament had a select committee led by Koigi Wamwere that carried out investigations about Harambee, and came up with that Harambee was actually a source of corruption, and that therefore we should actually ban Harambees. And Harambees were banned. That's why under my administration with Kibaki, there were no Harambees. Then he decided to resurrect Harambees, and he's running around every weekend donating money whose sources are dubious. In my view, this is corrupting the political process.
So you don't think he's out to help these communities that he gives donations to?
No, helping is a different issue. The issue is that what is the source of the money that he's donating? You see? Because, as somebody who is a public servant, you are not supposed to be in business. When I became Prime Minister, Kibaki demanded of me that I must resign from all the business positions that I held. Okay? Now you'd ask yourself, what kind of business does William Ruto own, which makes those millions which he produces every week? 52 weeks in a year. He contributes not less than 5 million shillings every weekend.
The president himself sends donations to some of these events, so is the president also doing something wrong?
I know for a fact that the president does not produce a penny. Ruto produces the money and says he has been sent by the president. But I know that that is not true. The president feels very embarrassed.
So
the other day...
So if these Harambes are not genuine, Mr. Odinga, what do you think is the purpose of these donations?
Because corrupting political process, to show that this man is a God-fearing man, he loves the church, he loves the people, and that's why he's coming with money to donate. You see, if you do a lifestyle audit of Mr. William Ruto, because you'll find that most of the money's source is questionable. And that's what the only issue, the issue I have with him. Otherwise, I have no serious personal issues.
Can you see a day when he might possibly become the president of this country?
Yeah, I mean, why not? If the people of Kenya elect him as president, who am I to say no?
Would you work with him?
That's another question. Another question altogether. You know that my values are very clear, and so before I get into any kind of relationship, I will question.
Because of those things, and you say your values differ from his, people feel that your current position or relation with President Uhuru Kenyatta is essentially sidelining the Deputy President William Ruto.
I really, Uhuru Kenyatta is the president, William Ruto is the deputy president. Uhuru Kenyatta is the leader of Jubilee, Ruto is his deputy. So I'm not interfering. I'm not in government. I'm not in Jubilee. I'm completely out here. So,
but you're quite influential in the Jubilee government because of your relationship with President Uhuru Kenyatta.
I don't know about influence, because as you know, I don't make decisions. The president is very competent in making decisions. So I don't get involved. I don't discuss issues of the government with the president. I don't discuss issues of Jubilee with the president. You see, unlike when I was with Kibaki, we were in government. We ran a government together, and we were consulting regularly on government issues, because I was the one who was coordinating and supervising the functions of the